Sup YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out Gardevoir versus Dragapult EX. So the Dragapult EX archetype is a new tier 1 archetype coming from the Twilight Masquerade set, and we're going to be seeing how it fares against the new school Gardevoir. I think Gardevoir still has a very nice thing going for it, and it does gain some fantastic cards like a Munkidori, Unfair Stamp for example. So we're going to be seeing it in action. So today we see Dragapult EX with Xatu versus the Gardevoir archetype. So we do see Gardevoir player going first. We do see the Flutter Mane in the active position, which is going to be indicating that the opponent's abilities in the active position will no longer work, which is super good. And as usual, if you guys are hyped for today's upload, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. The Twilight Masquerade set actually comes out very shortly on TCG Live in about 2 days time, so I'm very excited to then be starting to have some gameplay footage from all these decks over on TCG Live as well. And of course, subscribe for more daily Pokemon TCG content. So the Gardevoir deck does gain some new tricks, and with the help of Munkidori, being able to transfer 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon, that's going to help out the Gardevoir deck even more, because that means stuff like Drifloon becomes way more scarier than before, and more importantly, Gardevoir EX can now hit the magical 220 damage output. So very, very great to still see Gardevoir being a top contender in the metagame. People were writing it off here and there because of the fact that with rotation happening, there's a lot of things that were removed. But yeah, Gardevoir still manages to hang in there. Also, if you guys are looking for sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, you can head over to dragonshield.com to get 5% off using the coupon ZapdosTCG5. There's the Munkidori already in play, 2 rolls on the very first turn. Artisan is also in play, so we do see Buddy Poffin instantly activated from the Dragapult player currently. And I'm stating here that this actually is a match that was played out during day 2 of the Sapporo Champions League. So very high level and gameplay, of course, from that tournament and over in Japan. And they are already playing with the Twilight Masquerade cards. So we do have a little bit of an understanding of how the decks will function. We did see Dragapult up against Lugia, Dragapult up against Blizzy. Blizzy X is a very underrated deck, so definitely check that video out if you haven't already. And also, yeah, a Dragapult mirror match, which was a very, very high skilled game. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. We're going to be showcasing these gameplay footage videos just because we're eagerly awaiting for the Twilight Masquerade set to come out on TCG Live. And as soon as we hit that fantastic Wednesday, we're going to be, of course, giving yeah, daily content with, of course, the gameplay from those yeah, featured decks. Okay, Hisuian Heavy Ball. Let's see what actually is in the prize cards here. So, there's that Rotom. That's actually not bad. There was also a Xatu I see in these prize cards. What else? Was it the Dragapult EX? And then a Rescue Board also. So a couple of cards in those prize cards. But Dragapult can take multiple prize cards altogether. And against decks like Gardevoir, you can spread your damage around so neatly that you're going to be able to take multiple prize cards, which is very cool indeed. Artisan is being activated. Probably going to be seeing another copy of Natu, if I had to guess, because there is a possibility where there's a rare candy Gardevoir and an attack coming onto the active Natu. But nothing more is stated. Okay. They are getting out Manaphy, so maybe they're thinking up front of a card like Screamtail, for example, that can help out. And then there's the Rotom and a 3rd copy of the Dreepy, Fire Energy attachment on that Dreepy, and then an Iono to top it all off. So lots of stuff that can happen here, because the Natu in the active position most likely will not get knocked out, as Gardevoir typically uses stuff like TM Evo to start yeah, establishing some Curlia. They have a fresh hand of 6. And there's then on top of that going to be an insta-charge here coming, drawing 3 cards. So Rotom still being part of the stage 2 decks. We did see it before with Charizard decks, and we do see it here as well with the Dragapult deck. Dragapult also comes back with Dracloak, which is of course yeah, the stage 1, allowing you to of course draw deeper into the deck, looking at the top 2 cards, get 1 card into the hand and then 1 card on the bottom of the deck. So there is definitely a world where we can see a bunch of Dracloaks to then find that one-off candy, or Arven for the candy, so you can have a turn 2 Dragapult EX. Okay, Now back to the Gardevoir player, you do see some Darkness energies in that deck, and that actually is used for that new card, the Munkidori, allowing you to put 3 damage counters from one target to another, and that's going to help out with the damage output. As mentioning, you can then hit 220 with Gardevoir EX, or you can also make sure that your Drifloon is packing the heat and getting the one-shot it really wants. So there's refinement going around, so both of these stage 2 decks here actually come with built-in draw, and that's why they're good. Like if you are having a stage 2, either it needs to be very, very powerful like a Charizard, or you need to have built-in draw power, as we do see here with Dracloaks and in the Gardevoir deck, the classic Kirlia with refinement. Okay, there's 2 Kirlia already on board, a third Rolls also being established onto the board, so we probably won't see an attack this turn, and it's gonna be just some setup. They want to have as many Psychic Energies in those discard piles as possible, so they can actually start using the Psychic Embrace and then get crazy damage going with your Drifloon or stuff. As mentioned, stuff like the Bravery Charm is in here. You can attack with Screamtail, you can attack with Drifloon, lots of capabilities here. I don't even know what the A-Spec card of the Gardevoir currently is. I personally am a big fan of Unfair Stamp, but I can also see people testing out Hyper Aroma. So definitely some things to think about if you're building Gardevoir. Like this Earthen Vessel, also very strong. Not only can it get yourself a Darkness and a Psychic Energy, sometimes you can just get 2 Psychic Energy. It depends on the board state, to be honest. And here we do see 2 Psychic Energies. It's actually the artwork from the base set. So base set Psychic Energies looking pretty dope to me. And the Fluttermane is also still in the active position, meaning that if they even evolve into Xatu, they won't be able to use it unless they retreat. So just something to note there. A second energy going onto the Fluttermane, and then it's back to the Dragapult player. Let's see what's going on currently. So with 3 Dreepies, I'm expecting a couple of Dracloaks to show themselves the way, because that digs deeper into the deck. So you can draw cards with Xatu, you can draw cards with Dracloak, you can find and play a supporter like Arven. So lots of things are possible here. And you also sometimes see a 4 Sealstone in the Rotom deck. So they're debating on which cards to use currently. I don't even know if they have a support. I think there's an Arven right there. Yeah, Arven. What can they get out? For a Sealstone, if they're playing that. And also a big part of the Dragapult strategy is like TM Devo, a very strong board wiping scenario. But you do have to be afraid of stuff like the Munkidori, which can put the damage counters right back at you. So they're going to be reading the Munkidori, because that is a new card from Twilight Masquerade. So they're saying like, how does it actually work? If it has a Darkness energy attached, it can actually put 3 damage counters from one of your side, from one of your Pokemon, to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So yeah, that's healing the damage off, as we saw with the Blizzy EX gameplay footage. Okay, what do they need from the Arven? And you do see that these people from Japan are playing with very, very beautiful sleeves. Over in the West, people are more fan of Dragon Shield, which is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. But the Japanese sleeves also have their own unique great quality. So we see a rare candy and a Forest Sealstone. Okay. We will see Dragapult, there's no other way. So also on top of that, there is an Earthen Vessel, and the Earthen Vessel will get rid of an Enhanced Hammer. Enhanced Hammer pretty good if you're up against something like, for instance, Lugia V-Star, because of that powerful Legacy Energy A-Spec card. So lots of powerful cards coming from the Twilight Masquerade set, and I couldn't be happier to be making content on all of these decks and cards. So I already made so much content for Twilight Masquerade, so in 2 days time we will have, of course, those cards available over on TCG Live a day earlier than in the past. So that's cool. When new sets release, typically you can get the cards on Thursday, but this time around it's gonna be on Wednesday. So if you're looking for TCG Live code cards, definitely head over to PotownStore.com, and don't forget to use the coupon ZapdosTCG for your 5% discount. So there is a manually attached retreat, and I think, are they gonna knock something out? I think it was attached retreat, so I think currently the Dragapult is only gonna be able to hit 70 damage, right? So that's not the thing you want. Like 200 and then spreading 6 damage counters here would have been huge. Also, I do see that all the rolls in the Gardevoir deck have 70 HP, so memory skip no longer be a thing here. You want to be... Oh, there's going to be TM Evo? Are they going to go for the TM Evo? Really? No turn 1... Actually, turn 2 smack with the Dragapult. So it would have been way nicer if they had like Xatu and then accelerating a Psychic Energy to the Dragapult and then a manual attachment to retreat. That would have been way better. So, but unfortunately that is not the case. And there was also a Psychic Energy that was dropped away. Oh yeah, it was one from the prize cards. Okay, because of the shuffle, it was. I don't know if that's a double prize penalty or not, but they're gonna be just reshuffling it, and I think both players think it's all right. We'll see what happens here. So it's the first time that we see a situation like that over in Japan. They're just gonna shuffle, and I think they don't gonna be doing anything to like put double prize penalties and all that, because that's just clear accident. And then they've already seen how many energies there were in the deck because of Earthen Vessel and stuff. So that's not a big issue right here, I would say. But yeah, you never know. Over in the West, people always like have some difficulty with like judge calls and all that stuff. So it's a little bit more tenseful. But people in Japan, typically very, very nice players out there that just won't make a big hassle out of a situation like this. Okay. With the TM evolution, we did see that they evolved into Xatu and they evolved into Dracloak. So they didn't take any prize cards currently. I would have loved to see a turn to Phantom Dive here. That would have been so devastating on that board. But unfortunately, that is something that we don't see. And they were also not able to use Xatu just because of the Gardevoir player being able to start off with that Flutter Mane. So there was no way they can get it out there. Definitely because their one-of rescue board was in the prize cards. Okay, they just continue on. They added like 2 extra seconds. Didn't matter here. So time for some refinements, folks. So refinement, they get rid of Counter Catcher, get 2 cards. And there's a Darkness Energy, so they can, if they want to go Psychic Embrace and then put the Darkness Energy manually attachment onto the Munkidori, they can already like put some damage from their side to the other side, which could be cool. Second refinement coming around. And I don't see if there's a Gardevoir slap on the current active Dragapult could be interesting. An attachment onto the formidable Flutter Mane. I think it's 90 damage and then some damage counters going onto the bench, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder, what do they have in hand here? So they're going to be attacking here. It's going to be 90 damage and then 2 damage counters on one of the opponent's bench Pokemon. So that's not too bad of an attack. We didn't see any Gardevoir EX. We also didn't see, they didn't have bench space to just go for a big Drifloon attack. But yeah, now back to Dragapult. How can they respond to this? Flutter Mane was kind of annoying. That actually prevented them from getting that turn 2 attack because of the ability of Flutter Mane. No Xatu was being able to use while it was in the active position, so no thing right there. Okay, there's a Dracloak, a second Dracloak, the one that is damaged currently. And they will be able to use that ability as well. Look at the top 2 cards. Put one in the hand. It's a candy. And then one to the bottom of the deck. Okay. We still need that Psychic Energy. Here we go. And now we can start using Phantom Dive. I would have loved that they were been able to use it earlier. But yeah, they're going to be bossing up Curlios. That's the thing that actually is the most useful out there. Because you can damage and get rid of the draw engine. And that does indicate they can put 3 damage counters, actually 6 damage counters wherever they feel like, but they have to be careful of the Munkidori. So I would personally love to see, how do you go with that? They can like go 3-3 or 2-2-2. 2-2-2 is probably the best choice here, otherwise Munkidori can undo the most damage. Okay, it's a 2-2-2 going on Curlia Rolls. Not too bad of a target currently, I would say. So they take it the first prize card, the Dragapult player. Okay, let's see. Artisan. There's a Cresselia. Ooh. The Cresselia also still part of the deck of Gardevoir here. Being able to transfer with the Moon Glow reverse. There's going to be 6 damage counter or even more if you're accelerating some energies from the bench. And then you can target that wherever you feel like. You can pretty much, if they have like enough damage on the field, knock out. You can just definitely knock out that Dracloak on the bench right there if you want to. And then you heal off all the damage as well. And there's even the Munkidori on top of that if you attach the Psychic Energy. Actually attach the Darkness Energy to the Munkidori. So there's a lot of things that could happen here. That looks like if it is is that an Irida? Is that Irida? Okay, they can get out yeah, an item card. And it looks like the Gardevoir player is actually playing Hyper Aroma Ace Pack card, meaning they can get 3 stage 1s from the deck. Okay, they're just gonna get Super Rod, no Hyper Aroma. They already have enough stage 1s in their Super Rod, and they're probably gonna be using it instantly to get back Ralts. And also, the Screamtail comes back, so just shuffling back some of the key attackers, I would say. I also don't see Gardevoir quite yet. They really need... They can still attack with the Flutter Mane once again and then put a Darkness Energy onto Munkidori to go... Now, they go for the Gardevoir. There's going to be that powerful Moonglow reverse. And one of the Dracloaks will definitely feel that. So one there. And then another Psychic Embrace. So they're currently at 80 damage. Darkness Energy onto the Munkidori as well. So that's not bad. So they could put... damage right there with the Moonglow reverse. So they just healed off all the damage, knocked out the damage Dracloak, and that's very, very powerful. They didn't want to go overboard and like put Psychic Energies onto other targets, otherwise they won't have enough for a big attack with something like a Drifloon. So that makes sense. So now they have taken their first prize card as well. Just note that the Dragapult does have 90 damage on it, the Dragapult EX. Okay, let's continue on. Artisan still in play. They're going to be using Dracloak first. What do they want? One card to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, now your Dracloaks are a little bit fragile, I would say, because the Moonglow reverse and of course Munkidori on top of that. There's definitely a lot of things that could go wrong here. So evolving that into a second Dragapult EX does seem pretty great, but you do have to worry about the fact that if you get Iono to a low hand size, you won't have any built-in draw engine, although there's Xatu, but then you will need to draw into a Psychic Energy, which sometimes can be quite the hassle. Alright, what else? So they're getting out 2 Fire Energies with that Earthen Vessel. And yeah, for the Dragapult players out there, you can go for Radiant Serena for the mirror match, Radiant Alakazam to put around some damage counters as well, to manipulate those, or Radiant Charizard. You can just pick any of those Radiants. They're all having their great unique usage, but you have to worry about the fact if you have Charizard, you probably have to play something like a Turo as well, otherwise you could be trapped. Okay, Super Rods, the Dracloaks getting back on top of a Psychic Energy. And then a Buddy Buddy Puff and getting out the Dreepy right from the get-go. Another one hits the field. The current Dragapult is damaged, so in a Dragapult list, I sometimes see Scoop Up Cyclone Ace-Pack card, which is a very great one. And Fair Stamp is also a very great one. Sometimes they're playing Prime Catcher, so many great Ace-Pack cards to choose from that, yeah, it is a difficult choice for sure. Let's see, a Fire Energy going onto the Dreepy, alright. And yeah, Phantom Dive. Okay, 200 on the active and then 6 damage counters. Are they gonna go 2-2-2? 6 damage counters on one Kirlia. Okay, they technically could get rid of that if they want to with Munkidori. They only play one Munkidori, so you can heal 3 damage counters, I suppose. What are they gonna do? They're gonna be promoting the Flutter Mane, but they're probably gonna be retreating that so you can get some energies in the discard pile once more. I also love the fact that Gardevoir now can hit 220. That really helps out. In this scenario or in this matchup, it's not gonna be making any difference. But in specific matchups, like I would say, like if you're up against the Lugia and you have a turn 2 Gardevoir that can slap for 220, it's beautiful. Okay. Here they come. Refinement parties. They're debating which one to discard. It is going to be the Palpat, drawing 2 more from the deck. So Refinement and the ability of Dracloak, very popular stage 1 Pokemon. That's why the stage 2 EXs are great. You have the middle stages that are just draw engines, super powerful for sure. I wonder how this match will develop here. Yeah, Dragapult has already taken 2 prize cards. But they are sitting with a damaged Dragapult that could get knocked out by something like a Drifloon. They're going to be using the Munkidori, putting 3 damage counters on the Manaphy. Okay, the Manaphy could become a liability, I suppose, to take the additional prize card. And then they can go 2-2 on the route with like knocking out Rotom and knocking out Dragapult. I wonder if they're going to have the boss doors. Is it going to be a Turo scenario? Okay, 2 rolls hitting the field. Attachment onto the Flutter main, and then slapping again. 90 damage to the active, so the Dragapult is at 180 damage, and the mana fee is at 50 damage, so that is actually kind of scary. Next turn, they can just simply knock it out with the effect of Munkidori, taking that additional prize card and then one-shotting, actually, finally KOing the Dragapult EX, and that's going to be a 3 prize card turn, and if the Rotom does not disappear from field, a Bossasaurus is going to help to win them the game. Countercatcher's already gone, but they probably play Boss's Orders in the Gardevoir list as well. Maybe 1 or 2 copies. Probably 1, but if it's not prized, that could be an answer. There is Dracloak. So the draw engine is being established. I would love to see something like a heal card over here, like attachment onto the Dracloak, like a fire energy there, and then evolving into Dragapult EX, and then using something like Turo on the active Dragapult EX. That would be beautiful. I wonder if we're going to be seeing anything like that. If not, maybe some disruption could also be kind of okay, I suppose. If they would be... Unfair Stamp would not work because the opponent didn't knock out anything. So that is not an option. And Iono is not going to be doing too much as they will get 5 cards regardless. They could retreat and then you force them to actually find Gust, right? Also not too shabby. I think Dragapult, I don't know how much the retreat cost is. I think it's going to be 1. They can also sacrifice this first Dragapult. But yeah, the 3 prize card turn does look very scary over here. They're going to be just attacking Phantom Dive. And they're going to be putting 6 damage counters on the Kirlia. So you really nerf the effect of Phantom Dive because of the Munkidori and the Gardevoir list. That so much is clear. Okay, here they come. The draw of the turn, there's a Super Rod again. They really need some of the attackers back. Temple of Sinnoh is being refined away for 2 more cards. Okay. Yeah, the Dragapult can actually get knocked out now by a Gardevoir, so more refinements. They have the Hyper Aroma Ace-Pack card. Get themselves an additional Kirlia. Maybe they Super Rod first. Turo. They get... That's something they keep on doing, like healing. Healing power is great. Turo is fantastic. So now all of these Kirlias that are not damaged, and it's looking very grim for the Dragapult player as, yeah, this situation does indicate, yeah, now that I think about it, they could have done the Munkidori first before they Turo'd, but they could still do it later because of the effect that they're going to be using Psychic Embrace. They will get damage regardless, so it was the correct play. So now they get 6 damage counters, but 3 of them will transfer over to Mana Fee, and then they can take a prize card. There they go. It's a Psychic Energy, not bad to pull from here, that's for sure. Screamtail hits the scene because Mana Fee is now knocked out, and then you can knock out the Dragapult. Bam, there we go. So there are definitely options. The Screamtail can knock out the Rotom at one point, I suppose. Like it's currently maxed at 160, but with a Bravery Charm, you can go a lot of places. So they are threatening out a win condition next turn. So they really need to respond here. The Dragapult player needs to do a lot of stuff, and the crazy thing about all of this situation here is that Dragapult doesn't have the one-shot potential. You cannot one-shot Gardevoir EX. So Gardevoir EX can simply, they can win with Boss's Orders, they can retreat into Screamtail and win there. So what they could do is like try and target down Screamtail. They did see that they've already played a Super Rod, so maybe that could be a win condition. They're going to be putting damage counters on the bench right there. Okay, that could be also a cool attack here. That they're going to be knocking out a Kirlia with that. Radiant Alakazam, not bad. And an Unfair Stamp. Okay, being able to get rid of Kirlia from the board while there's an Unfair Stamp could definitely be quite crazy. But Screamtail is still on board. So on top of that Unfair Stamp, they would need to boss up the Screamtail as well. Yeah, I would love to see a Boss's Orders here from the Dragapult player. That would be fantastic to see. So they have that Unfair Stamp situation. Do they have additional draw? Yeah, they have the Dracloak. An additional Dracloak. Okay, they can draw a little bit deeper. Stab down the Dracloak again, and then hopefully find Boss's Orders, because if the Screamtail survives, that's going to be pretty crazy. Okay, they knock out the Kirlia. They draw. And it is a boss's orders. Okay, they just knock out the Rotom with the help of the Gardevoir EX. So that was the unfair stamp situation. They were not able to, of course, do the turn 2 Phantom Dives. That would have definitely helped out a ton. And also because of Gardevoir, you're not gonna have that one-shot opportunity. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It helps out so much for the channel. We are reaching our way to 60,000 subscribers. I want to thank every single guy and girl out there, or everything in between. So thank you everyone that's watching the content. It is helping out a ton. And subscribe for more content. We are actually going to be showcasing TCG live content for Twilight Masquerade very shortly. So we're going to be having a lot of fun. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. And also go check out our sponsors. Dragon Shield for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. 5% off using the coupon ZapdosTCG. There's your playmat to create your own unique custom playmat. Link down below to create your own unique custom playmat. PotonStore.com to, of course, get TCG Live code cards. And, of course, CARDMARKET for, of course, European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys shortly with more Pokemon TCG content. Peace!